everyone, my name is Fianny from iFull Glimpse, and today I'm going to be filming the intro of a little video. I have some pre-loved items which I recently purchased, and they do need to be re-oxidized. So I'm just going to close up here. I was able to find this safari bead. This, I don't remember the name, but it's kind of like a planet. It kind of resembles Mars, I believe. And this one with the sun and moon. Sorry, that is my son. It looks like there's some oxidized, but also like rusting. Something ate at the edges of the design. So I don't know if they used that baking soda. Something that was way too abrasive might have been used on this charm. So I'm going to be re-oxidizing these three. This one too, in the picture it was way more oxidized, and the seller might have cleaned it or over cleaned it before they shipped it out, because it did not look like this. It looked really nice in the picture actually, but I prefer this one to be darker. And I'm going to be re-oxidizing one of my oxidized bracelets, which over time sometimes they get a little like wear to them. If you can see here, it might be hard to tell, but some of the oxidization has been wearing off on this one. Using the egg method, and I'm going to be putting it on camera that way in case it helps with anyone. And yeah, I mean, I've used this method in the past. I think I like to do 2 eggs just to really get a lot of the effect. It's kind of like a chemical reaction that it gives to the silver, but we'll see how this goes until the next clip. Alrighty everyone, so I have my supplies. I have my fresh boiled eggs. I have 3, and it doesn't matter, but these are actually like farm eggs from my mother's chickens. Then I have like a container, just a plastic container. Then I have my items which I'm going to be oxidizing. Oh, and a spoon. So I have the bracelet, I have some of the charms, but I have a couple additional charms that I'm going to be oxidizing, just because I would like them to get more of an oxidized effect, a more like true dark oxidized color. So first thing that we're going to do is they're still hot, but I have my eggs, so I am going to scoop them in. And I mean, mine are hot, but I'm just kind of like doing it without waiting, but I don't think the temperature of them is what actually matters. I think it's more so the fact that we need, sorry, I'm gonna get a little napkin just to absorb the water. I don't want the water to have an impact on it not allowing it to stick, or the effect to stick to anything. Okay, so like I was saying, cleaned up most of my extra water. The point of it, I don't think is so much as having like the temperature, like having a true impact. It's more so the fact that as soon as we crack this, we want to get the charms and things that we're oxidizing in there, that they get the full effect of when the hard-boiled egg begins to release its gases, for it to get the full impact of that chemical reaction on our sterling silver. So with the same spoon that I was scooping them out, I'm just going to dry it off a little bit again. We're going to start just smashing. So just smashing. There's that one smashed. Sorry for all the noise. So again, just smashing it. I mean, I smashed mine pretty good. And then what I'm going to do is I try to place the items so that they're not touching the actual egg, because I have noticed in the past when I've done this, that when I have something that is really like touching the eggs, the oxidized effect does not fully like stick onto that part that was touching. So I'm going to try to space these around, not touching any egg, or any eggshell, just any of that stuff. I want it to fully be able to just absorb everything which is going on. Also not touching each other. Okay, good, that's it. So I've got all the beads, all this. I'm gonna seal it real quick. And I'm not going to move this because again, I do not want things to move around, but here we can kind of see we've got our items in there. It's starting to, you know, get foggy because it is hot. Okay, hello everyone. So I was gonna do a check-in video, but now that I peek on it at how everything came out, I don't think I'm gonna leave them in here anymore, for longer than now. So of course, I just got egg on the charm bar, but as we can see, this is dark. Let's pick up something else. They look pretty dark. Let's see. Wow, look how nice this looks, actually, the dark with the gold. But of course we have to wash them. So I think I'm actually going to stop the oxidization process. I think they kind of got as dark as they will be getting. Let's see, they've been in here for an hour. Oh, actually, look. Do you see that right there? That spot was touching an egg, like right there. That spot must have been touching the egg because it did not oxidize. But that's okay because I mainly wanted the oxidization effect to be in between the stars and kind of the sides. So as I polish this up, it's not going to matter that that's really like that. I'm just going to continue to take them out. Straight, fresh. Sorry, I'll move this in case maybe there's someone who doesn't like looking at eggs like that, just because they actually don't, you know, they don't look pretty smashed up like that. But here we are. Here are all the beads freshly taken out of the Tupperware or the container. So yeah, this one also, like, the oxidization doesn't look that even. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wash these off camera. I'm going to wash them with some dish soap and water. And then I'm going to be back to polish them. Okay, I came back just to kind of show you what I washed them in. I have this draining thing, this little colander, which has a net, a very soft, meshy net thing on the bottom. And while you could wash these in a colander or anything like that, when I have a couple things like this that I oxidize, I like to put them in one of these, and especially this, since it's soft, it's not something that will scratch the beads, and it will not scratch off any of the oxidized effect. So yeah, in case you have something like this, or even a kid's net, a butterfly net, something like that might be helpful for when you wash all. So I have washed and I pat them dry. So again, here's a close-up of the re-oxidized bracelet. It came out pretty good. It was kind of in these middle sections where I had lost some of the color, and as you can see, I think it did cover well. Okay, so as we can see, they kind of have a rainbow-like reflection on them. But overall, I think they did come out pretty good. So here, let's get that to focus there. So yeah, they look pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on shining them, but I'm just going to kind of show you an example. My polishing cloth is extremely dirty. I honestly need a new one, but for example, this one, see how dark it is. I'm going to do it here first. So I just kind of rub. And I do this in a variety of ways. Sometimes I rub it against a polishing cloth. Sorry for that dramatic effect. Sometimes I'm holding it on the charm bar and working my way, working the cloth into it to polish it. But as you can see here, this bit right here, that main bit, it's already shining up. So I think they're going to come out really nice. So yeah, I'm going to work on polishing them off camera. My nails, my fingers will definitely be gray from all this polishing. But yeah, that's just my preferred way to do it. This video of me polishing, actually, now that we're on this subject, I followed the video. I have seen Jahndra from my Xpressions video and Lily from Rivera, her videos. And they're pretty similar. Those are kind of like, you know, the same method as them that I like to use. And I know Lily does a toothpaste method, which looks really good in her videos actually. So if you'd like to check her video out, that might be more, you know, less time consuming than this, and you might enjoy that method. You know, if you haven't tried to give it a try, you might even like that method a lot and continue doing it for the rest of your collection. But yeah, I'm gonna go polish these off camera, and I will be back with my final result. Okay, so this is the final result. I gave all of them a light polish. You can mainly tell on this one how the light kind of reflects off of the polished areas. And I gave them a light polish because I don't want to take off too much of the oxidized effect. That way they can continue to oxidize naturally after this chemical process. Like this one came out the best. This is like really what I was hoping to get from this process for this one. This one, I do like how it came out. The safari bead definitely has improvements. I just love how dark this one is. This one came out good. The outlines are more prominent on the stars, and the stars look nice and shiny compared to it. Like there's more of a contrast between them. This clip, I shined it up, but I didn't want to go too wild. Like I didn't even touch this area because I don't want to take off too much of like the area that kind of surrounds the ridges. So this one is still kind of like, you know, like a work in progress. And then this one, I also polished up the beads, the leaves. Watching out for like the little dot of gold, and I did not want to go too hard or too harsh on it because I did not want to take off just the oxidization on the leaves or in between the leaves, just because that's where I needed it to darken up the most. And this one definitely has a lot more improvement. If you remember from the very first initial clip, that's the one that had some rust on it. So if I compare it to the other one, okay. So it's a lot more even between the two, the way that they're oxidized. So definitely an improvement for this one. So yeah, that's how the beads came out. And then the bracelet, I just polished up the clasp, and see, it cleans up pretty well. I'll continue to polish that like over time as this becomes more matte. So it's like a bit, I don't know if you can tell, it's like a bit more shiny, but it'll become more matte. And I don't even bother polishing this, to be honest, just because that gets hidden in there. And this, I kind of like the dark, you know, uniform look between those two. But yeah, I think overall I'm very happy how everything came out. I hope this process helps you out. And again, I like to use, my main things are that I like to use more than one egg. I use 3 for this amount of beads. I seal them in an airtight container. Try to do it as soon as I smash them, put them in. That way the gases can go straight to the beads. Another tip, do not let the actual egg touch the silver because you will not get the effect on that piece like you saw on one of them where it did not stick you know, sufficiently, or did not stick enough and get that dark tone. And afterwards, I guess it's a tip. I'm not sure if it makes that much of a difference, but I guess I'll say it's a tip, just being light on the polishing, you know, the day of cleaning these, because over time it'll get better, and then as you polish, I'm not as nervous to take off the work that I just did. But yeah, I hope this video was nice and helpful. Until the next one, bye bye.